Hello folks, I'm PK, the soccer guy, and I'm back here to talk about World Cup, Soccer World Cup 2018 that is taking place in Russia. And what phenomenal matches we had today. 3 excellent level soccer matches we had today. We're going to start with Belgium that play against Tunisia for the starting match. And for the Belgian team, they play against Panama. Some people were not fully convinced about the way they play. We got to say the Belgian team was one of the best teams in this World Cup. They had great players up in the middle with Witzel, with Axel, with Wilmot, with Hazard, with Kevin De Bruyne, who I think is one of the greatest players in activity, in the midfielders in activity so far, right now. And we have great players, Mertens on the right side, and of course Lukaku as their center forward. And, for Tunisia, great goalie school, like they always come up with great goalies. Mohamed is playing there now. Then Matuidi, who's playing on the bench and is also an excellent keeper. And of course they have Wabi Kazri up front, and Slit, who did not start the match today, like would play forward, number 23. But Kazri was there, number 10, and he played really well this match. Actually, didn't take much for the Belgians to receive a penalty kick. I didn't think the ball should be. It was a little before the line for the PK. The referee thought otherwise, and Hazard put the lead for the Belgians 1-0. They kept putting a lot of pressure. Lukaku would score the second goal at minute 16, 10 minutes after the first goal. With 2-0 lead, they kind of went back, and that's where they showed their weaknesses. With the cross, Wabi Kazri centered the ball, and Brom had the ball to give the Tunisian hope for the match. They're losing 2-1. They had lost the first match against England, so for them, they needed to tie the match to stay alive in this World Cup. So the Belgians kept, controlling the match, and they score a goal, putting the lead for 3-1 with Lukaku just before the end of the first half with the 3-1 lead. That's how he ended the first half. They came back for the second half, and once again, Belgium kept controlling the match, kept playing better than Tunisia. And 6 minutes, Hazard made a beautiful goal, putting a 4-1 lead in this match, would be like giving the victory for Belgium. Then they took off Hazard and they took off Lukaku out of the field. We gotta say Lukaku scored 2 goals, and now he's tied up with Ronaldo as the leading striker for this World Cup. And actually Lukaku was playing really well. This player from Belgium, number 9 player, who's a very, very strong forward. With this score, they kept playing, and they put a Batshuayi on the field, and the guy missed about 3 goals. Really, he made great plays, finished well, hit the ball in the post. The goalie made a fantastic save. He just could not put the ball to the line until the very last minute of the second half. Minute 90, he scored a goal, which would have been the 5th goal for the Belgians, giving the Belgians a very elastic victory. But the Tunisians kept attacking. They went up forward and they scored a goal with the Wabi Kazri, giving this guy, number 10, the opportunity to score this goal. And now with the loss 5-2, Tunisia's out of the match, but at least they play a lot of honor. They show they have good quality skills, but they're not enough to play against this very strong Belgium squad. In the other match, Mexico plays South Korea. You got to remember that Mexico had beaten Germany by 1-0 score last week, and this team is probably the best, the greatest Mexico team in the history of soccer. I've never seen Mexico playing so well, so fast, with great, amazing skills with players like Carlos Vela, like Salcedo playing back there. Guardado's playing phenomenal soccer too. They have the best goalie in the world, in my opinion, Ochoa. And for the South Koreans, we have good players like Lee Jae-sung, who's actually a good player. The excellent goalie, Shu Young-woo. Really like the way Shu plays. But Mexico was just a better team, and they started putting pressure against South Korea right from the beginning. And at minute 26, penalty kick. This World Cup has been characterized by this great amount of PK, the penalty kicks, maybe because now they use the machine whenever referees are not sure, not certain. They take a look at the machine and they give the penalties whenever they believe that's the case. I think sometimes refs were very defensive about, very conservative about giving penalties, and now with the advancement of the machine, they're giving the penalties away. So Carlos Vela scored a goal and put the Mexicans ahead. With 26 minutes, they went back for the second half, and still Mexico had the upper hand to the whole match. South Korea is a pretty decent team, but Mexico was just stronger. In the second half, Chicharito at 25 minutes scored a second goal, giving the victory to Mexico. Soo Young-min in the overtime scored a goal for the Koreans. They lost 2-1, and now Mexico has 6 points. South Korea is out of the competition with 2 losses, but it's a team that play with a lot of honor, with a lot of heart, but they're out of the competition this time. And the final amazing match was fought between Germany and Sweden. We know that Germany needed to win. There was a win-or-win situation for Germany because they had lost to Mexico. A tie would have put them in a very tough situation, but would have given the Swedish great opportunity to qualify for the second round. We gotta say the Swedish has a very strong defense, so that would be very tough for the Germans to put a hole into that and score a goal. They start playing really well in the beginning, but Swedish kind of even up things up and they start playing well. And then there was a penalty in which Boateng held Berg, and it was a definite penalty. But the referee decided not even to look at the machine, not look at the VAR, and didn't give the chance for the Swedish to score. But that kind of put a dent into the German team performance. The Swedish start playing better, and they score a goal at 32 minutes of the match, like really making things hard for the Germans. And they try to come back. Toivonen scored a goal at 30 minutes 32 for the Swedish, and first half ended this way. Very surprisingly, the Swedish had the upper hand and the score in the first half. They came back for the second half, and Germany put Mario Gomez trying to reinforce the attacking, and things got a little better for Germany. And they ended up scoring right in the beginning, 3 minutes in the start after the start of the second half. Rose scored and put the Germans with the tie of the match, and then the Germany really controlled the match. They start playing much better. They start putting a lot of pressure. Amazing saves by the goalie, by the Swedish goalie, who played phenomenally well. And just said that the Germans would not get the goal. Then Boateng got a red card. He should have actually been gotten out from the game when the first half when he hit Berg, and that penalty that was a foul, clear foul that the referee didn't see. But this time he just got a yellow card, and then he got a red card, and he was evicted from the game. And then now playing with 10 players, it seemed the Germans just would not be able to get the game. Unfortunately, I think Anderson, the coach, played a very cowardly match. I think the Swedish really didn't believe that they could have actually got the draw and tie Germans. I think if they actually tried to play a little bit more forward, they would have put the Germans in a serious situation. Lowe made some substitutions and took Dressler and Rudy out of the game, and made the team much more offensive team. And then they really started putting a lot of pressure. And minute 95, I just can't believe the guy Durmaz just entered the field. The guy had a long beard, made a ridiculous foul. It was completely unnecessary, and Kroos just took a phenomenal shot to give the Germans a victory in an amazing display of guts by the Germans. Kind of a coward way of playing by Swedish that was punished severely by that. And now with the loss, now Germany has a big chance to qualify, and they're going to play their final match. And if they win, if they beat South Korea on their last match, they'll probably qualify, depending on for the Swedish. Now they're going to have to play Mexico, and a tie will get the Swedish out of the game. I don't think the Swedish will actually defeat Mexico, especially the playing with a lack of guts the way they did today. And tomorrow we have another match. England will play Panama, and I think the English team is going to be a lot stronger than Panama. Panama has probably the worst team that is playing this World Cup, with a lot of old players. They have Pinedo, the goalie, 37 years old. Blas Perez was their center forward, was 37. Have Torres, 35. It's just not a very strong team. I think they're not going to have enough to beat England. Japan and Senegal, Nagatomo, Yoshida back there. With Kagawa and Osako in the middle and forward. I think Japan has good chances, but they're going to have a tough match against Senegal, who also has a pretty good team. If they tie the match, they're going to be very close to qualify for the next round. On the other hand, Poland will play Colombia, and this is going to be a tough match. If they lose, they're going to be out of the World Cup. So we're going to see a tough battle. I would say a draw for Senegal and Japan. Poland and Colombia, I think the Polish has a little bit of slight advantage because a lot of problems that Packerman is having with his squad. So that's what I got to say for today. I will see you next time.